You already know that shit. It's your boy Dusty Locane. Shout out my boy DJ Astonish.
I am really in these streets, and I won't say no more. Hold on, shake it. I said just shake it. All this money that I'm making.
Joined by the one and only Dusty Locane. My God, dog, man. We've been trying to make this happen for a minute, dog. We've finally made it happen, man.
Yeah, King. Thanks for having me there, homies. You already know all the way on the East Coast.
Yo,
love,
man. You know, we've been trying to make this happen since you broke into the scene, man. It's been nearly a year, dog, but we're here. And you know what? It was, you know, when I'm one of them guys, man, I always love listening to new joints. And when I first heard you come into the scene, man, I was just like, yo, I knew this guy was going to be like the next big thing, man. Because you, again, man, you bring authenticity in your sound. So I just want to start off, man. First off, man, you're from New York, is that correct?
Yeah, born and raised in Canarsie, Brooklyn.
Yo, man, what was it like, man, growing up, man?
Shit, it was like any other hood, feel me? You got a choice to make. You know, you could either take the positive, more, you know, school route and shit like that, or you could turn to the streets. So where I'm from, you know, niggas gotta make that decision. Feel me? Because we call it PH, right? PH is private housing. Like, we wasn't, my niggas and shit in Canarsie and the floors, we ain't grow up in project buildings, even though they was right around the corner, Brownsville right there. You feel me? You got Brookline, that's in Canarsie, but majority of everything is PH. So, you know, it's like, with the understanding, you come in the hood, you're not expecting to see certain things because of the look of it. But yeah, it's like that on them sides too. And, you know, niggas showed that over the years. So it was like a decision I had to make. And when it came to time, I made it, you know. I picked my side. I went to the left. Feel me?
I hear you, man. So, you know, I have to ask the question, man, you know, because, you know, you're a hard cat, man. You know what I mean? You're fucking hard, you know, hard rapper, man. And I want to know, why are we getting Dusty Locane now, man? Why have you touched down on music now? What made the timing for you to say this shit's going to pop off?
I'll say it was my short stint, you know, incarcerated. That just sort of, it had me in a place where I didn't really have no other, you know, options or any alternative. I was really into basketball. You understand me? Like, that was my go-to and shit. But when that didn't play out, you know, like I said, I chose a different route. And yeah, music just seemed like a good idea at the time. You feel me? A way to make quick money. And for me, I knew I was talented. I just didn't take a liking to rapping. You feel me? I never did. So, you know, yeah, finally, when I came from that little stint, I had stayed, and I said to myself, yo, go make a bag, feel me?
You know, I mean, there's no doubt you're a true rapper, man. You know what I mean? Because obviously I will touch down a little bit on the latest project, man, which is dope, man. It's so been anticipated. But obviously,
appreciate you.
Yeah, for real, man. And, you know, obviously you've come into the more like, obviously establish yourself in the drill section more so. Tell me, what touch base made you touch down on drill?
I'll say where I'm from, like, you feel me? Y'all already know Long Live Pop Smoke, the best to do it. You feel me? I'll say in terms of this drill shit. So, you know, it's like part of it's not certainly something that I could say ain't part of my nature. Like, it's always been there. I just had to tap in with it. So when it came that time and I said, yeah, it's time to put my foot on niggas' necks, did what I had to do. Yeah, that was it.
What's the competition like? Because obviously, you know, drill's massive in New York, man. You know, a lot of artists are doing it, man. What's it like trying to just establish yourself as a rapper? Because, you know, you've been in this game for a year, and you know what you've achieved, man. You know, some people are spending years trying to achieve. You just taking over, man. So, you know, what do you think? You think there's a secret in trying to establish yourself? What is the competition like, man?
I would say it's not no secret. It's just being yourself, as you pointed out, authenticity. Feel me? Like, you can't really sit there and try to portray something and expect everybody to gravitate to it if it's not who you really are. You feel me? At the end of the day, I still have naysayers who believe I'm not who I say I am, and there's nothing I could do about it. But although I'm gonna just outshine, you feel me? All the politics, because at the end of the day, it's like only way you can really say you know me is if you hear me, gang.
Yeah, I can hear you, dog.
Hello?
Yeah.
Way to say
Oh,
you know me
you're gone. Yeah.
If you know me, if you come see me in the real life, so it's like, end of the day, it's not no secret to this shit, bro. Be yourself and allow niggas, you feel me, to more or less catch a vibe for you. And if they don't fuck with you, fuck them. It's not nothing you could do about that, feel me? And the competition out here is real because in a sense, it's getting a little oversaturated. You got so much artists trying to, you know, make drill music now. Like that's a big thing. So it's just making your mark. You feel me? It's a lot of niggas trying to do it, bro. You can't be doing the same shit as another nigga expecting to get on. So you gotta just make your mark. You feel me? Make your stint.
No, for real, man. You know, you touched down on like you know, people having an opinion and shit. And, you know, I'm just gonna touch down to the bullshit because, you know, and find out the realness of it because, you know, I know one thing that gets brought up a lot is, you know, people try and compare you to Pop Smoke and all that rest of it, which you're always gonna get.
Long live Pop.
Yeah, I mean, and you actually knew Pop, if I'm not mistaken, man. You know, you two go back.
Yeah, grew up together.
You need to go back. So it's
grew up together.
Yeah, man.
Years like elementary, going into middle school for me. He left around like 6th grade, 5th grade type shit.
So, you know,
even after that, obviously, we would chop it, but we would link and shit.
Yeah.
It would just be more like phone conversations here and there type shit. But, you know, it was always love.
Yo, for real, man. So, you know, is that, you know, these motherfuckers that are like, got an opinion about, yo, nigga trying to take over Pop Smoke or some shit like that, you know. One, they didn't even know Pop Smoke. Two, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And why is man going to be capping and taking another man's identity? Because I think when I first heard your sound, man, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to lie, because you got that deep, you know, you look at artists like DMX, Busta Rhymes, the rest of it, they've got distinctive voices. But the thing about your voice, man, I could still tell it was Dusty Locane. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like...
Yeah, most definitely.
So...
Well, it's how I see it is, again, my voice sort of brings that nostalgic vibe of somebody who was loved, you know? And I'll say it all has to do with time also. It happened so quickly. Did I expect for me to be rapping a year and a half ago? Not at all. You feel me? I had no knowledge that I'd be doing this, you know? But it more or less came to me on some, like, take advantage of what you have in front of you. You understand me? And again, I never did and never will throw shade at Pop because, like I said, I believe he's the one who opened that door for all of us. He's the one who put it on the biggest stage. You feel me? So if you hate, you a sucker. So it's like I don't take offense when people say those things, you know, because it's the internet. The internet is made to, you know, to have your own narrative and your own perspective, and who gives a fuck what anybody else think? Because at the end of the day, they behind a phone or a computer. You feel me? This ain't real life, so I don't take to it. If you pull up on me in real life and chop it with me, like, yo, I feel like you sound like him a little, but as I'm getting to, I respect it because you just saying your opinion. You feel me? It's not factual. It's opinion based. So I always say, just, you know, I'll prove to people who I am along the way. And for the naysayers, I'm going to just prove them wrong. That's it.
For real, man. You know, talking about drill then, man, like, obviously it's massive in New York and I know it's big in Chicago, man. How familiar are you with the UK sound, man? Because, you know, drill's a massive, you know, it's...
Oh, yeah, I already know. Forever shout the UK with this shit. You feel me? I believe they the originators of, you know, drill music in terms of, like, the way we took it, New York. But we put our own twist on it, obviously. But, like, you got to credit UK drill for majority of this shit. Feel me? Going on in the drill scene right now. So, you know, I've been listening to Dutch. Like, Dutchavelli was probably in terms of music, before I did music, I fucked with his shit. Feel me? What's my son name? 1 million?
Millions.
Millions. I fuck with his shit heavy. Feel me? Abra. And a few other niggas. But I feel like UK, they always got to get the most, or one of the most respects when it comes to this drill shit. Feel me?
Yeah, so there's no doubt in a few years we're going to be seeing a UK feature with Dusty Locane and a drill artist.
Oh no, I got my son Facts, but I got my son Coinface. That's my boy. We just did some shit. Me and Abra about to get some shit done, and me and Dutch. Feel me? Those is all among them. We talk. You feel me? Chop it, all that.
Nice.
My son Coin out here right now. We in New York.
Nice, man. So, man, we've got some stuff in the bag there, man. No doubt.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, man. How long do you reckon it's going to be taking till we see Dusty Locane touch the UK, man?
I'm trying to get out there as soon as possible.
Yeah, man.
ASAP.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What we said is it politics holding you back? Just the timing.
Yeah, dealing with. I got some situations outside of music. I'm still dealing with, trying to get out the way, and soon I'll do that. Soon I'll be over there.
Sweet, man. Okay, so you recently joined Empire, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Shout out Empire, my boy Bobby Fisher, Gazi, the whole gang, Nima, Dad, homie. Know that.
Man, how did Empire come about, man? How did the official, connection happen?
Well, like I said, when I first came home, I made a freestyle rolling the controller as we know it now. Gold certified, shit like that, plus 33 mil on YouTube. But that was my first actual, freestyle made. So I sent it to a couple of people and they made some calls. And when they made those calls, Empire got reached out to Bobby, and more particular, that's the A&R that discovered me, Bobby Fisher. And then we just sat down, we had a meeting. I let him know, I'm not none of the fuckery, I'm coming, I'm going into this shit with the understanding that the industry is a fucked up place, you feel me? But if you can make it, then more power to you. So I just let him know, if it's genuine love, I'm gonna fuck with y'all. If it's not, I'm gonna be able to tell, you feel me? So yeah, that's how that happened. And then 2 months later, I signed with them, and then, well, not signed with them, but I signed a deal, a label to label, because we partners. Obviously, I'm independent, but they helped me distribute my music. So yeah, not too long after that, we signed a label to label deal. I have my own label now, 5 Double M's, and we made it happen. Feel me?
Sweet, man. You know what? I respect that, man, because it shows the business minded you got there, man. Of still trying to keep that independence but create those partnerships, man. So speaking of a label, then, man, what do you want to build in terms of long-term longevity on? Obviously, no doubt, obviously you're gonna want to make a long longevity on your music, but in terms of a label, are you gonna look at signing people in years to come once you got?
I have a few artists signed to me as we speak. That's more home based, but Three Kizzy, Zoe Peter, feel me, and I also got my son Bandit, feel me. So it's a few artists I got under the wing right now, but yes, definitely in the future, I'm looking to expand, to make it to where I could put more niggas on, get them in a right place where they can, make money and shit.
For real, man. Like you say, you spoke about the industry being a fucked up place, no doubt about it, man. We know it's fucked up, man. And, you have to be careful of, who you're doing business with and shit. And when you see people who are, like you say, you've got likes of Pop, RIP, and then you also obviously recently Young Dolph gone. What's it like for you, man, having these homeboys around you and just leaving the industry as they are? Do you know what I mean? Where does your priorities stake as a rapper, because there's some mad shit going off out there in the game, man.
Well, if we're thinking of priorities, you got to know first and foremost the way you provide, for the people around you, especially if you're in that position where you're the leader, you're at the forefront. So it's you're your biggest asset. You got to protect that at all costs. Now, we humans, so it's human nature to want to do the things you did before you was put to play a certain role, and it's it get hard, especially when you're from the hood. It's yo, bro, you want to be able to still go to that corner store, that you've been going to since you was a little kid. You want to still be able to go to that spot in the hood. You feel me? Where the homies be cool and that. That's all part of, like I said, what you've been through and what you're going through, And I just feel RIP Young Dolph, most definitely. And sometimes you just gotta know. You gotta love from a distance, you still could be able to give back, but it's how you doing it. You can't go certain places anymore that you would have liked to win. I'm now learning this, when I got that big bag from Empire, it was I didn't leave the hood, and that was a mistake I made. I chose to wait, and I didn't, thank the Lord, I ain't getting to know, situations, on top of the ones I'm already facing, but still it was I should have been left. I should have made that decision for myself, because I'm no use to my dogs. I'm no use to my family if I'm not here. So But I'm understanding it where it's like, bro, you gotta know if you can't protect yourself and you're the one providing, then how everybody else gonna eat.
For real, man. You know, when you get in this game and you get to that point of, you know, having a profile, having something that, you know, people envy, man, how do you separate, I can say not separate, but distinguish, you know, the real love to the fake love?
Well, everybody got their own incentives. Everybody got, you know, their own agendas. But I'll just say at this stage of my life, I became good at reading people. You know, I've always been good at that, but like more now than ever, because you notice everybody wants something. You know, they all want a piece of the pie. 100. You know, the question is, what are they in it for? Do they genuinely love you? Is it more or less for their own gain? And it's like, I'm trying to just see it as business now, not like, you know, that whole love thing is real, but you know, you got to find that out on another level. You can't be trying to handle business and make friendships and at the same time, you know, business and pleasure, you got to separate the two. So like right now I'll be on a business mindset. If you can help the brand, which is me, then I'll be willing to help you. One hand wash the other, both wash the face, more or less. You feel me? So, and even with that, like I'm not no selfish, no grimy nigga. So anybody I know that ever helped me, I'm always looking to you know, repay that favor. So it's like right now I ain't really stuck up on too much love. I get love from my family. I get love from like I said, real dogs. You know, we're not doing friends made to turn foe. So I try to just keep it, you know, in-house. Everything is with us, and anybody who I do bring along, it got to be where it's either you helping the business or you somebody who I could really trust. You feel me? And trust is a word I don't really use too much, but either or, to be honest.
Yo, for real, man. You know, it's hard in these days because, you know, going back to, like you say, we've got a lot of people now living in, you know, a delusional world, you know, like with the social media and all the rest of it, man. And, you know, I'm saying that, you know, there's very few real cats in the game, particularly, you know, like I'm just recently, I mean, this is actually really new, but this week I'm going to make an announcement because I'm leaving the station I work for out here in the UK because I'm setting up my own. Simply because
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. And simply because, you know, of the realness of the political correctness that we, you know, this shit of, I don't know, this world that we live in is this way of you have to be like this or you have to be like that. And
it's certain standards set that the people who's making them don't even live by it them damn selves.
For real, man. So, you know, like, and I think in the game, particularly in hip hop music, rap music anyway, man, this music comes from the streets. You know what I mean? It comes from suppression. It comes from the real struggles of people's stories.
Culture.
And culture for real, man. So when I'm on a touchdown with artists like yourselves, man, you know, I think I've come about one. I think it's your manager or whoever I spoke to prior to his interview said, you know, have you got your interview questions? And I'm like, you know, I don't work like that. And I'll be straight why I don't work like that, because I'm one of them people, I like to know people and see where the vibe takes me. I don't want to sit there with my little lip pepper note and start ticking.
Like me personally, I always say that because even when they told me, they said something about the questions, I'm like, but I'm not even looking at that shit because, you feel me? I never, you know, it can't be rehearsed. It gotta be where,
for real, man. So
I just woke up type shit. You see me? I got on the phone, I'm putting my shit on, I'm putting my tools on.
For real, man. For real, man. So yeah, man, I don't work like that, man. So, you know, and I think in this day, going to what you're saying about, you know, being business minded and everything's about business, about the brand and having partnerships, is that you want to do things your way and keep it real, man. You got to do it your way and keep it real. Is sit there and not rely on nobody, because nobody in this game is going to work harder for you than you are for you.
That's a fact.
That's a period.
That's a fact.
So, you know, I think it's only right, man, in this game, like, you got to keep it real to yourself. You got to protect number one and protect your territory. Which kind of comes to my next question of, like, now you're at this point, you're talking about, you know, you've realized you've had to, like, step out of the hood, man. Yeah, man, how difficult is it to step out of the environment that is practically your grassroots to come into, you know, it's kind of like stepping out of a box, but into a new environment? Because, you know, when you've grown up in a certain area, man, like, and you're familiar with it, and then you're stepping into, you know, because let's face it, we're black folks. Yeah, there's some places You know what I'm saying?
It's like trying to get out you're trying to get out your comfort zone almost. Yeah, because again, that's what you adapted to it. You feel me? Like that's who you are. So again, like I said, I spent about 7 months, 6-7 months after getting the bag where I didn't leave the hood. You feel me? I was still there. And but it was tough, gang. Like I couldn't put my finger on it like, yo, bro, I don't want to leave, feel me? Even though I'm starting to see different shit, I'm taking flights now more often. I'm doing things that, I wasn't doing on a regular basis. And yet still I wanted to always be in the hood, like, But you got to get out your comfort zone, bro. The moment you get comfortable is where you know already, like, you're not going to be able to grow past what you know. So it's like, I had to just keep telling myself, yo, cuz, like, it's more than just this. And even when people around me was telling me more or less. And then I had to train myself to say that. And even then I was still doing this, certain things that, again, I probably should have just left alone. But like I said, I got to a point where I've matured and I understand that everybody don't deserve your energy, even among them in the hood. You get me? Like, you got to know, separate the two, because not all, like we spoke about, love is genuine. It's not always coming from a place where they want to help you. Sometimes, and majority of the time, it's coming up from a place of either envy or just seeing and wanting what you have, and they don't even want to put their own work in for it. Feel me? So I try to just keep it as to where I love everybody from a distance. And if I can help you, when we can help each other, then let's do it. You feel me? Ain't shit to it.
How content are you where you are in your life, man?
Not at all, man. I'm not content at all. I don't feel comfortable where I'm at. Feel me? I don't feel comfortable because I don't feel comfortable where I'm at because I know where I was before. Feel me? But then again, I also know where I could go. So it's like, in a way, a little, I feel like I done did a lot. You feel me? I did a lot, but it's a lot more to be done. So like, you don't know, cause I'll be fighting with my own self, like, trying to just, look at how much you done did so far, homie. Like, but there's still more to be done. So no stopping this shit.
Would you say you put pressure on yourself, man?
Every day, every morning. You feel me? Like, every morning I wake up, every night I go to sleep, because I know I'm not living for myself anymore. Feel me? I'm not only living for the people around me, but people who don't even know me, because my music is inspiring to a point where it would make you not want to go do something that you was thinking about, or make you go out and chase something that you was scared to chase. You feel me? So, and like I said, I'm here to just motivate. I'm here to inspire. Like, that's the only thing that I could do with my music, because again, it's just going off what I didn't have to go through my damn self. So.
So it kind of comes down to this project, man, Unmuted, because, I mean, I'll be honest, like, I've been waiting impatiently for this project, man, because obviously
Untamed, December 3rd, man.
Yo, man, and you know what, I am impressed, man, and I gotta say, like, it from the delays of the project coming out, man, I already know that, there was a lot of imperfection, perfections that you wanted to get right with this joint, putting out there. But like, how important was it to put a project like this out as your first?
I would say it wouldn't. It's important to me because, again, like, I never expected to do this music shit. So dropping a project is like almost. It's not a dream come true, because I, again, never thought I'd be doing this, but it's a blessing. It's like, I appreciate the fact that I was able to do this in my short period of time. And again, a lot of niggas where I'm from is either at the age of 21, 22 is incarcerated, or, RIP. So it's like, it's just humbling. It humbled me. It made me feel like, damn, cuz, like, look how far you done made it already. You gotta keep your head up. But, roll in silence and complete the mission, because it ain't done here.
Having a partnership with Empire and obviously putting this project out, was there any politics involved, putting choosing the tracks?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. No. Like, I have 100% creative control. So in that sense, There was nobody who could have stopped or started anything. It was all left up to me. Time frames is something different, you know, like it's understood when you're in this business, you can't you can do certain things, but there's a consequence to it, you know? And like little things like me, I was very, if I want to drop now, I want to drop it now, you know, and for a while, they was going along with it, but it was, all right, now let's be more strategic with it, you know, let's have a game plan, let's set this up, let's have it proper marketing scheme so that we could, you know, elaborate on what you're trying to present to the world. So, like I said, it's teamwork, bro. End of the day, you can't make it in this shit on your own. And when I say that, I mean, yeah, you could be the captain of the ship, but who's the people running the ship? Who are the people who's doing the handiwork and this and that? Like it takes all those people. Now, the difference is whether you're in tune with every last one of those people. If you could sit down and talk to them and really break down, they can really break down what their job is to you. And I try to do that. You know, I try to be on all the phone calls. I try to make sure that I'm there for all the meetings that involve anything with my career, you know, and eventually I'm gonna look for management, but right now it's me, 9-5, Tom's Empire, and, you know, we doing what we gotta do.
Yeah, man. Speaking about management, man, how, you know, that's another question that you know, I speak to quite a few rappers about, and I think it's a tricky one, isn't it? Because it's getting that people right. You know, I recently spoken to someone out in the States I'm in partnership with, and, you know, they were talking to me about, you know, it's about management. Do you want a manager? And I was like, and I said, the question here is the fact that, you know, I've had people in the past that wanted to manage my career. But again, it comes down to motive. What are your motives and incentives? Because when it comes down to what you want and your work, what are they actually doing? And, you know, someone said to me, you need a lieutenant. You need somebody that knows their place because you're the general. Do you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, you know, shout out to Snipes and that. That's my dog. He, you know, and I thought, you know, that's real talk.
Yeah, they want to be the stars. Your mic, gang. You going?
Hey, dog. Hear me?
Yeah,
for real, man. They do, and they're jumping on your clout, you know, trying to micromanage. So when it comes to you to the time of obviously finding a manager, man, what is that person gonna have to prove to you, man? Like,
they're gonna have to prove to me that they're willing to, you know, follow and allow me to lead. I just believe when you're a leader, you have to have advisors, and that advice could either be taken or left. So you have to make that decision for yourself. But yeah, come down to it. Like, will they really put that blind faith and belief in what I have going on in the cause that we, you know, we trying to fight for? Like, it's bigger than just the music. You know, it's so much bigger than the music. But everybody get caught up in their own incentives and their own agendas that they don't see that. So it's just for me trying to, again, find somebody who is down for the cause, for real, not on no fake shit, not on no backdoor shit.
Yo, for real, man. And there's a lot of that fake shit about, dog. A lot of it about, but yo, a lot of it about, man. And you know, I think the biggest, I always say, actions speak louder than words, man. You know, anyone can talk a big game. There's a lot of people talking a big game. Tell me, man, what keeps you grounded? Because there's a lot of rappers out there that I know, I speak to, you know, they get their 5 minute of fame, man, and their heads are up in the clouds and they forget where they come. You know what I'm saying, man. Yeah, mate, I don't filter this shit out, man. I keep it real 100, man. Do you know what I mean?
As you should.
Yo, for real.
You should. They're homies, but that's just, again, it's like my morals and principles. The way my mother and my father raised me is like, you know, we modest. You know, you got to be modest about a lot of things, but just know your worth in the same token. And I got that in a blend with who my mother and father is. Like, my mother is, you know, in your face, right at you, like, I need it. I need everything that there is to this world. I want it. And then my pops is the modest, get the job done though kind of guy. You feel me? So it's like I adapted that, and I can't change for nothing when it comes to that. I'm not gonna ever see anything. It's never gonna be a time that you won't ever see me. I won't boast. I'll motivate. You know, I use what I'm going through in my success to show others that it's all possible. You feel me? Opposed to where I was at. But I'm not here to make nobody feel lesser than themselves. I'm not here to do none of that shit. They're homies. Like, that narrative about rappers, I feel like niggas should work on more changing that, because at the end of the day, this ain't who you is. That's just not who you is 24/7. That's your character that you step into.
For real.
Feel me? But niggas ain't characters out here, cuz I'm gonna keep it a whole beam with you. Like, niggas not for that. Feel me? So, like I said, end of the day, it's just, nigga, who you portraying and who you really are is two differences. Make sure you allow people to understand that and stop getting caught up in moments. Feel me? Them bitches don't last.
For real, dog. You know, now the album's out, well, the project, man. What are we calling this? I want to clarify this as well. Are we calling it a project, an album, a project? Yeah, man. Yeah.
This ain't put enough. There's not enough. Like I said, there's not enough time taken in this to call it an album. I would say it's a project because it's just an assembly of work I did over the months. You know, and this is me creating from. I'm talking about where I could only write. I could only do a freestyle. To now where I could go in and punch in like I know what I'm doing. You feel me? So it's showing progress, and that's what the plan was, more or less.
Yo, for real, man. You know, and I kind of thought that, man. I thought, is this an album? I mean, it's dope. Don't get me wrong, but I thought, you know, like I feel that there's a lot more to go in. Yeah, for 100, man.
Definitely.
100, man. And I'm looking forward to it. Since it's dropped, then, man. What's life been like since it's actually dropped out, man? Like for you, like your day-to-day at the minute, man.
Day-to-day is interviews, live performances, regular shit, shows, hosting. You know, everything picked up. So I'm just manning the storm, you feel me? And holding shit down as I've been doing. It's just about, you know, being able to walk in them doors and make it seem like you've been there before. So that's how I operate.
Man.
It's like them interviews to me is just showing who I am, you know, as a person outside of the music. The live performances is showing you how we get. You feel me? And them shows and them hostings is again like another way for me to reach out to the people and say, well, hey, I'm here in the clubs with y'all. I'm here having fun with y'all. Like, feel me? I catch a vibe too. Shit me.
Yo.
So it's just been going. We rolling. And we're not planning on stopping no time soon.
Yeah, man. You know, with the whole busyness of everything, man, does it get quite overwhelming at times? Do you feel ever feel like you're suffocating?
Nah, I don't feel like too much things could, you know, suffocate me. But I feel like it's just, again, when you placed in a certain position, no freaky, you gotta just say, well, it was meant for me, so I gotta embrace it. Even the times when you do feel like, man, this shit right here, I don't know, cuz you gotta just say to yourself, man, God wouldn't have gave me this if it wasn't, you know, for a reason. So I'm just, every time I could think about even wanting to be on some depressed down shit, I just tell myself I could have been somewhere worse at this point in my life. So nigga, keep going.
Yo, for real, man. You know, man, Dusky, man, it's been a pleasure, man. Like, we're honestly, man. I always like to touch down with people, man, on a serious note, and I'm glad we got to do that, man. I'm glad we got.
And I appreciate you having me.
No, man, but man, yep. I'm glad, you know, man. It's, you know, I've been waiting you for nearly a year, man. So, you know, but man, honestly, it's a pleasure, man. And when you come out here, man, no doubt, man, we can tap it. We'll tap it up, man, and we'll do this official, man. But in the meantime, man, like honestly, like you keep doing your thing, dog, like man. And I'm just looking forward
to you. Yeah. And I hope the best for your endeavors with your whole, you feel me, own DJ setup and all of that shit. Do your thing, gang. You feel me?
Yo, man, right. As people who come from the hood, man, we gotta do our thing, innit, dog?
Feel me?
We gotta do our thing, man. 100. Yo, for real, man.
This is all I gotta say. I do it all for the game. Me and you is not the same. Stay in your place. Boy, you a lame. I'll carry the 2, and I'm still on the 5th.